We're getting really close to the fantasy football playoffs, so the waivers are getting really intense at this point. I've got 5 waivers that you may need to be looking at this week going into week 11 that would maybe you could set your team apart, right? We're going to the first waiver. We're talking about Will Levis. Now, this is the guy who started out pretty rocky, right? He ended up having an injury, coming back, had now 2 games in a row where Will Levis looks like somebody who I thought was going to look like at the beginning of the season. He's not doing anything of what he was doing before. He's making good decisions. Now that DeAndre Hopkins is gone, they're really focused on like Calvin Ridley. You know, they got Chigokonku there. They're doing some things on offense that's making me say, hey, look, is Will Levis really a good quarterback at this point? But he's worth having some type of fab out there. If you need a quarterback or a backup quarterback going into the playoffs, you need to go grab yourself some Will Levis. He's not even owned in 50% of leagues right now. Go get him if he's on your waiver wire. I mean, just look at what he did last week against the Vikings. 295 yards and a touchdown. Only 55% completion percentage though. But I mean, he's given fantasy owners what they wanted all along. And having 55% of completion percentage isn't going to get the job done consistently. If he can get that up there into the 70%, I mean, he's throwing over 300 yards at that point. Multiple touchdowns. Fantasy-wise, he's what you want from a quarterback right now. So if you have some fab just laying around there and you don't have a good, at least backup quarterback, go out there and get yourself some Will Levis. He might be able to lead you to the promised land if something, God forbid, happens to your starting quarterback come playoff time. You could plug and play in Will Levis. I think he's a set it and forget it type of quarterback moving forward. Schedule doesn't look too bad. I think he's going to have a lot of opportunity to throw the football for a Tennessee Titans team who really isn't dominant whatsoever. So they're going to be in a lot of negative game scripts, which means he's going to be needed to throw the football quite a bit. They're not even winning football games, so they're going to be a lot of passing situations for Will Levis to make a plays for you, right? 300 yards passing, I think, is well within the realm of possibility for this guy. He's got the receivers out there. Calvin Ridley can get the job done. He's got some decent running backs out there, and Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. Just give him an opportunity. If you need and you have an open space on your bench and you need another quarterback, look no further than Will Levis. He could probably get the job done for you. Let's look at another waiver we want to really target. That's Taysom Hill. There's no way he should be open in your league right now, especially if you can put him in there at the tight end position. He can do a little bit of everything. I mean, he's almost like the jack of all trades. And with all these injuries, whether it's Chris Olave or Rashid Shaheed, the running back, the room is really depleted, only with Alvin Kamara there. Jamal Williams, Kendre Miller is hurt as well. Who knows what's going on? Taysom Hill can do a little bit of everything. He can run the football, throw the football, catch the football, and he likes into the end zone. Just look at what he did last week against the Browns. 8 receptions, 50 yards, but 7 rushes, 138 yards, and 3 touchdowns. What I'm telling you guys, he is the jack of all trades. Taysom Hill is the jack of all trades. He can get it done. I love watching this guy play football. He can do a little bit of everything, a little sprinkle of everything. He can get fantasy points, and that's all that matters. And especially at the tight end position, getting you 138 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. There's no tight end that's going to be doing that. So moving forward, if he year in and year out, he is staying at that tight end position in the Saints offense with Clint Kubiak running the offensive coordinator, look, you could be having a star at the tight end position. I love myself some Taysom Hill. There's no way he should be on your waivers, but right now, he's on a lot of people's waivers. You need to go get this guy. Put him on your lineup. Put as much fab as you need to on Taysom Hill. Get the guy into your lineups. Another guy I want to talk about on waivers is Roschon Johnson. Now, this is a running back. I'm not saying he is a stud right now or nothing else. DeAndre Swift is clearly the top running back in the room, getting the most carries, but he's almost a boomer bust running back at this point. He's got double digits rushes last week. If he gets into the end zone, he's a great flex play. Now, I think he needs to get into the end zone to be relevant, but it can happen. I'm just saying, push comes to shove, there's a lot of worse people out there. Just throw him on your bench. You never know if you need a little flex spot, or you just need somebody to go in there, grab yourself some Roschon Johnson. Just look what he did last week against the Packers. 10 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Caleb is really starting to bend on this run game. You don't see Caleb Williams out there throwing for 300 yards passing. What are they doing? Well, they're trying to establish the run. You got double-digit rushes in DeAndre Swift last week, double-digit rushes in Roschon Johnson. That's over 20 carries at the running back position. They're trying to lighten the load a little bit on Caleb Williams. That bodes well for Roschon Johnson, right? So Like I said, he's not a world beater, somebody that's going to be a league winner. But if God forbid something does happen to DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson can come in there. He might get you 20 carries in a game. He could almost be a league winner at that point. But as of right now, he is a flex play. And if he gets you a touchdown, that's a solid flex play. Move right along here. Again, at the wide receiver position, I'm going Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I told you guys last week to pick this guy up. And what did he do this week? He had another bomb. The dude is he's just catching so many bombs. Derek Carr is launching the football. And I think at this point, MVS is good for at least one bomb. Just look what he did last week against the Browns. 2 receptions, 87 yards, and a touchdown. I think he's catching those Rashid Shaheed bombs, right? You always saw when he was healthy out there, just going absolute ham sauce, catching a lot of these bombs from Derek Carr. And that's exactly what MVS is doing at this point. If you have a league where you get, you know, a 40-yard bonus, 50-yard touchdown bonus, MVS is worth a pickup. He can get in there and get the job done for you. There's no other wide receivers out there right now. Everybody else is completely hurt, and they have to depend on somebody. They have to throw the football to somebody. That's why you see a lot of Taysom Hill right now, and you're going to see a lot of Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Get the guy into your lineup. Go give you a lot of fab. I told you guys to go pick him up last week. What did he do? Have another big week. Guys, go get Marquez Valdes-Scantling. You can put him into your slot, put him into your flex. I think that is a great pickup. The last waiver we're going to go over here today, it's going to shock a lot of people. That's going to be Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is somebody that I just put a video out not too long ago saying, is Anthony Richardson's career over? He ends up getting benched for Joe Flacco after he's tapping on his helmet. He's injured, whatever. He's hurt. He's tired, right? But now he comes back in against the Jets team and performs like he did in week 1. He performed like we all thought he could be. He was the 2nd ranked quarterback in my rankings at the beginning of the season. And now he's coming out and playing like this. Look what he did against the Jets. I mean, he ended up with 272 yards passing, a touchdown, 67% completion percentage, 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, who is this new quarterback at this point? Who is Anthony Richardson? We need the consistency. These performances right here, 30-point performances from a quarterback, he needs to consistently be able to do this week in and week out. He can do it. He can do this. He needs to learn. He needs to just say, okay, I don't have everything. And at any given time, my entire NFL career could be taken away from me. And if he keeps that mentality, he works at it, understands how to read his progressions, learn how to do the pre-snap analysis of the defense. What are they running? Tampa 2, cover 3. What are they running? Where's the blitzers coming for? Being able to identify that, go through your progressions, and give it to the guy who deserves the football. And if no one's open, throw the ball away. I mean, you've got Josh Downs. You've got Michael Pittman Jr., right? You've got Adonai Mitchell. Right, you've got players out there that can get the job done. Use them. You've been using Alec Pierce as your bomb thrower all season. Do that. And if nothing's there, check it down to Jonathan Taylor or throw the ball away. He can get it done with his feet, running the football. He does great things, and he can be a great fantasy football quarterback. Show us week in and week out what you showed us last week against the Jets. He could be something special. I say go pick up Anthony Richardson. He was dropped in over 50% of leagues. Dropped. Go pick up a free quarterback. A quarterback that was taken pretty high in NFL drafts or NFL fantasy drafts this season. Go take a shot on him. Go pick him up. I picked him up in one of my leagues. I knew he's coming back. He's supposed to be great. Show us greatness. That is my 5 waivers for this week. Guys, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit a subscribe button. Most of you guys watching this video right now aren't even subscribed. We're popping out gems at this point, and we're coming out with our rookie rankings and rookie information as well to get you prepared for the 2025 season. We're doing it all right here on the Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. Leave a comment down below. Any waivers out there that you guys think is valuable for everybody else to know, right? This is a community. We're all doing this together. So if there's a waiver guy out there that's just like, hey, we didn't mention him in your top 5 here, think about this guy. Go pick up this guy. Leave it down in the comments below. I would love to go back and forth with you guys. But look, we're pumping out so many videos each and every week. We're trying to help you set the best lineup possible. There's only a few weeks left before the playoff starts. I want you guys to win a championship. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.